Well, welcome everybody on this beautiful evening where we will be joining our breaths together, our higher consciousness, our soul breathing with us. I am Anita from Doorn and I am joined by a beautiful group of people who are willing to breathe along, allow their higher consciousness to be in this time, in this hour, in this moment, joining together. I hope you have brought a candle, and if you didn't, that's okay too. Got enough candles for everybody. And we will be starting to breathe in just a gentle way, breathing in your own way. Just breathing with you. Breathing with you. Don't worry about doing it right, doing it wrong. Just taking some deep and slow breaths. Noticing your breath, noticing where you are, your place, your room, your chair, your bed. Just noticing you. Noticing where you are, where your body is, where you are seated, or where you have chosen to lay down. And feel the bed, the chair holding you. Holding you like higher consciousness is holding you. Holding you in such beauty and wonder, amazement. And the only thing you did was taking a deep breath. Not doing it in a difficult way, just breathing. In through your nose and out through your nose. Maybe you would like to place a hand on your belly and feel how the breath moves you. What a wondrous thing the breath is. Just goes on, taking you on this wonderful journey of life. This wonderful journey that you're on. You must have heard before how your soul loves you, how she adores you, how the only thing she wants to do is hold you, love you, nurture you, caress you, keeping you safe and showing you how brilliant you are. Can you allow that, feel that? Realizing how brilliant you are. You may say, no, there are some things definitely wrong with me. But now, in this moment, in this hour, could you just let them go? Those voices, those ideas, if there are any, of course. And just feel how you are loved. You all had the courage to say yes to the invitation to breathe with higher consciousness, with your higher consciousness, with your soul. Something that is inexplicable, something that is always here, always loving you endlessly, day and night, every day of the week, every year of your lifetime, and before and beyond. So all of the time, Soul is here to embrace you, to love you, to hold you, to nurture you in all of your earthly adventures, all of that is happening for you in your lifetime, all of your creations. She blesses them if you let her. But more than that, please keep allowing the love, the light, the grandness of you to breathe with you, to hold you, to caress you, to nurture you, to be with you, to adore you. And I could say these words endlessly, forever and ever, for the deep truth in them have touched me with an enormous amount of realization. And I'm sure, knowing many of you, you have also felt the love, the deep connection, the grandness of your soul. Breathing with that soul will give you more and more insight in who you are, who you truly are. The love she gives you will help you unfold into the grandest version of yourself. And eventually knowing, feeling, realizing, I am her. I am higher consciousness. I am the human representation of that love, that compassion and that grandness. So breathe and allow. Breathe and allow. Breathe and allow the wonders, the magical love, the beautiful creation that you can savor every day of your life, breath at a time, breath at a time. Some have said that it takes courage to awaken in these times. Some say it's courageous to be awake in these times, to allow soul, to allow the light into your life, to live amongst all the drama in this world, but also all of the beauty in this world, the grandness of the earth, the wonderful loving animals, nature, the flowers, the grandness of the sea, and the beauty of so much. But it does take courage as well. Courage to open up to you, not run away. When soul is trying to love you even more than before, even more than you have ever been loved, more than you have ever believed you could be loved, and even more than you have ever loved yourself. Such grand days, grand moments when you are with Soul in her beautiful, beautiful energy that she has created for you, your grand physical appearance, your beauty. How wonderful! Can you just breathe in the words, the feeling, the knowingness that you are so loved, so grandly loved. And there's not one moment that you are not loved. You may try to stop it. You may try to ignore it. Sometimes be angry with it. But it will always be there. Always be there. Every day of your life. Just being loved. Opening up to that. Allowing that love is the grandest thing that you can do for yourself. Just this week, my soul told me, when I asked her, I asked her some questions about my work and some things that I may have to change or not. And she only invited me to sit down for a moment, to breathe, to feel her grand compassion. And then she told me, it's not about the work you do on earth. It's not even about the things you do with other humans. Though it's wonderful that you're doing it. But the most important work you do on earth is your own healing, the work you do for you. That healing and the sinking in the truth of myself is the most important thing, the most important work. And the beauty of it is that we only need to breathe. Let's take a deeper breath. Allowing yourself to sink into your own body. Sink. And allow your soul to love you. Soul, will you love me? Will you love me so deeply, so grandly? That I can only see you. Be you. Know that I am you. That I form this amazing unity with you. Forsaking all the other things that are presenting itself to me. Seduction. Only you. Only your love is important. Only you. Let's take a deeper breath. You for you and me for me. Allowing higher consciousness to align you with soul, you with higher consciousness. And in that breathing together, I invite you to breathe along with higher consciousness and all the ones that have joined us from the other side of the veil, to share their love, their beauty, and especially to honor you. And as you all know by now, and something I have been sharing with you in our chat box of today, is that Norma Delaney has crossed over to the other side. After a few weeks of being ill, but very much alive and radiant in her being. In the night of the 9th of this month, she crossed over to be in her bliss, to be in the grandness of herself, emerging herself into her soul so fully. And most of us, or all of us, have heard of her, worked with her, breathed with her, heard her voice, saw her pictures and videos, probably met her in person. And part of this breathing, I want to honor her, honor the grand compassion she brought into our lives, into the world, and into the consciousness of this world, which was much needed. At the time she started to breathe with Kuan Yin and bringing that breath into the world, sharing it with so many in the Crimson Circle, together with Garrett. And to honor her a little more, I would love to read a little part of her work for you. This is written down Dare to awaken. The sacred chalice of you. Just keep sinking deeper into your belly, deeper into your belly. Each one of us could take a moment to let ourselves sink deep into our bellies. Yes, sinking, sitting in the bowl of our belly. Yes, each human has this sweet space. We can sit in our belly. This is the chalice, the sacred chalice that people went hunting for forever. This sacred chalice, much like the hip bones of you, that holds the sacred space, for it is the home of you. You are the sacred one. In the soul of you, this sacredness that is you. As you sink and let your consciousness melt, come home, home, to being held in the cradle, the arms of this exquisite energy of you. It will rock you and hold you if you sink deeply into this sacred space. The soul is so brilliant, magnificence way beyond the comprehension of a limited mind. Let's take a little moment, just a little moment of silence. I'm sure we all have some memories of her grand compassion, her grand love for each and every one. The one she worked with, she used to call us my chickies. Right? And well, the chickies have grown up to be beautiful swans that can fly, that can soar and breathe with their own souls. Let's take a couple of moments of silence to breathe. in honoring of Norma. From the same little booklet, I will move on to a message from Isis that was channeled by Norma and again written down in this little booklet from Isis with love. These words are the teachings of Isis. Isis is willing to be the embodiment of pure creativity. In every moment creating new, willing in every moment. And so then the invitation is, will you? This invitation is meant to inspire. Inspire. If I am willing to be this fountain of endless creativity, will you too? Will you too breathe this soul vibration, this brilliance of all that you are, endlessly? Breathe so deeply, receiving this dazzling array of creativity. Will you allow? Will you allow for this Isis energy wants to embody itself in physical form and be here now? Like many things, there is always a beginning, middle, and an end. Much like your flowers that have a bud, bloom, and then go back to sleep to return to the earth again. So it was with the flowing of the Isis teachings that said, dare to be this living embodiment, dare to be, not to follow, not to copy, but to be. Be your vessel of pure creativity. It is very different from what the mind says for creativeness. Are you willing to be the embodiment of this soul that you are, brave enough for others to see? Do not run away, do not hide. Do not fear that you will overwhelm them, for in truth you will inspire them. When you do it from this compassionate love that says, come, follow me. Isis didn't say, I am grander than, I am better than, but spoke only to awaken, saying, "Come, come, I do this to remind you, you can do it too." So above, so on earth, in human form. I am this isness that is. Heaven and earth coming together to be the fullness, radiating for others to see. Inspire, awaken, awaken, remember who you really are, for your soul does know. The more you breathe with your soul to hear her, to feel her, to receive and fall in love with who you really are. This doorway, your Isis energy, is only inviting. Will you be who you really are? Will you dare to be the isness of all that is, the fullness, the truth of you? Are you willing to be so brave to inspire the others to remember who and what they are? For in this time, in this vibrational space, there is the fullness of knowing. You will be safe to awaken, safe to awaken now. Do not be afraid, do not be afraid. Come deeper into your core if you are feeling fear, for fear is a lie. Do not be afraid. You will not be harmed in this lifetime. Can you hear that? You will not be harmed in this lifetime. Do you feel that that is a deep and conscious promise from higher self? Can you sense your safety? Can you sense your safety? Can you sense your soul? Can you sense that you are safe? That higher consciousness promised you over and over again, come, come, be with me. Be with me, you will be safe. You will not have to fear any moment of your lifetime. You will not need to falter, to stop, to be afraid. For I will be there. The Isis will be there. Higher consciousness will be there to keep you safe, to keep you out of harm's way. Being safe is also not doubting yourself, not feeling that you are a human with shortcomings. You are a sacred human, a divine human, a human that is so filled with higher consciousness and the love of your soul that you are safe, so safe. That is a grand promise from higher consciousness to you. In this lifetime, there will be no drama because of your choices. So you can open up to this bubbly energy of creativity, this bubbly energy of aliveness, your soul, your playful soul, diving in her arms, and she's diving into your arms. Come, let us play. Let us play. Let us play not being afraid. Let us play. Let us play. Let us fall in love so deeply, like the horizon falls in love with the sea and plays with its waves. Like the earth falls in love with anyone who is walking. on her soil, swimming in her waters, breathing her air. She is so happy that you are here. That higher consciousness has brought you onto this earth to love her, to nurture her and be nurtured back, be loved back. Breathing deeply, sinking so deep into your belly, into your body. Allowing yourself to be loved so grandly, so deeply. No questions asked, nothing needed. Just a breath, just breathing. And guess what? You all know how to breathe. You were born breathing. There's nothing to be taught, nothing to be learned, nothing else. No way you should be better, present yourself prettier, or do a little bit more than before. You are the more. You are that grandness. You are the beauty and the light of you. Open up to that. Open up to that. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just allow. So moving on with some words of what Norma wrote. It is safe to awaken now. To be who you really, for heaven and earth are coming together for this, into the greatness of all that is. I cannot invite you to awaken unless I am willing to do it too. Dare to awaken, dare to bloom that they might see, to be inspired, to remember. Awaken to this greater truth, a breath at a time, For the flowers in their brilliance demonstrate over and over again. They bloom a breath at a time, a petal at a time, a breath at a time. They do not burst open in a single moment of time, so we invite you to, one step at a time, one breath at a time, yes. Standing on the brilliance of your soul, she will hold you tightly, saying, "Come, open us to be all that we are, the is of the universe, the is of all that is. To flow into me, daring that I might be for you to see, nothing more, nothing less. So much more than this little mind can comprehend. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do it compassionately, very compassionately. Always a breath at a time. Yes." Well, ending the words of Norma, honoring her one more time for all that she has been on earth and all that she still is, in the grandness of her being, the beauty of her, and everything she has given us, all the beautiful gifts. Maybe you want to breathe them in. Breathe in those gifts. Today she sat with me for a little moment and she invited me not to focus on her earthly things, her earthly life, but focus on grandness, focus on the gifts, focus on the incredible invitation she has brought to the world, to be all that you are, but do it one breath at a time. For we are not in a hurry. We don't need to get to the finish line in time, to be better than what we are today. The gift is to be who you are today. Be who you are now. Could you give yourself that gift? Just set aside all the doubts, all the fears, all the stories, and just be. Be now. Nothing else. Nothing left. Just be you now. In this moment. In this awakening of grandness that lies within you. No stories, no but, no mind, no fear, no doubt. Just you now. Now, into this now, sinking, sinking, deeper and deeper into this now. Nothing else but you and soul. All of that you thought you were can stay with soul, can be there. May arise from your past and walk quietly, very quietly, into the arms of soul. All that you were and all that you thought you were just let it silently pass from your past into the moment, into the now. Accept this healing from your soul, the grand invitation that is here, the grand invitation to be only that, what you are in this now moment. Nothing else. Nothing else. The grand love, the brilliance, just that. Nothing else. Nothing else. And all that you have been can move, start to flow, to move into the grandness of your soul. She will guide them, she will call them, she will open her arms to welcome them into their home, the place of rest, the moment of all that there can be. And you just stay here and breathe, allowing all of the past to pass. Shh, silently, no drama, just walking, passing. Doors are open. Let them go. Let them go. This is the way of your healing. This is the work that you do for you. This is the beautiful work, the magical work you do with soul. Let them go. Silently, brilliantly, honoring them. Grandly, opening up. No questions. Allowing the flow to flow. Allowing your soul to work. Healing you. Taking the burdens of your past. Caress them. Nurture them. Let the past pass. Breath at a time. Breath at a time. Breath at a time. All of you present are a present. In this present, all of you joining have a special gift. Your higher consciousness is of a beauty and grandness that cannot be explained by words. Every one of you is so special. You are all a light in the grand sky, the grand divine sky, lighting up like beautiful lights. You may have brought your candle, or you can imagine a candle to be next to you. Breathing quietly with that light will remind you of the light within yourself, will remind you of your grandness, your being, your beauty. Know in your heart that you are special. And you are bringing a special color to this world. You are bringing light from higher consciousness into the world. So if you feel it in your heart and in your being, please join me in the last breathing of this evening, where we will breathe our compassion first for ourselves, like we did, feeling so loved, so honored, and then breathing it in to the world, for anyone out there in need of a little tenderness, a little compassion. And they may think it comes from God or the universe. They are of course not aware of a group of people breathing on Skype or breathing on a later moment with the audio of this. It's never too late. You have not missed anything. But just breathe. Breathing your compassion into the world. Your love. Not your energy, but your love. Those that feel alone. Those that are cold may feel a little warmer and a little less alone because of your breath. Maybe they can feel and realize how the earth can be a nurturing place to rest, to be, not a dangerous place. And for the ones that are afraid, that are full of fear, frozen with fear, especially in the European part of the world, frozen with fear because of the wars, frozen with fear because of memories. Let the past just pass and breathe your compassion into the world. And know that when you breathe your compassion into the world, you will be loved so compassionately and unconditionally by your own soul first. Only then she will help you to breathe that love, that compassion, that groundness into the world. In and out. 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 Flowing breath. Flowing consciousness. Flowing gifts of compassion and love. Little packages of love. Little drops of love. Drops of compassion. Breath at a time. Breath at a time. It has been a grand honor to do this breathing, which higher consciousness requested me to do. And for the coming time, we will do this every month. And you are of course invited to join every month, breathing, sharing compassion with the world, but mostly an hour of being so loved, so brilliantly loved by your own soul. Your creativeness, the life within you, the flow of you, the grand love that is within you. Please take your time to move a little bit. Move your fingers, your hands, your feet. Just gently, gently for you. Moving, breathing, feeling your body, feeling you. Grandly loved, so special, so special. And I want to close with the last words Norma taught me. She said, be sweet to you. Well, all of us could do with a bit of sweetness. So be sweet to you. Love you very much and thank you for being here, for breathing along, listening and sharing your higher consciousness with this group and the world.